Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. This is my last video for tonight. I want to talk about um, indigenous agents. Alright? This is not the video that I really want to make. It's a video that needs to be made. Alright? So I'm going to stretch out. Y'all going to see my face because you need to look at my face. You need to understand where I'm coming from, and you need to understand some of the things I'm about to tell you. And you also need to go and start paying attention to indigenous/native TikTok. Alright? For those who have been with me, or who have been hanging with me for this long, y'all know I'm part indigenous. I am part Cherokee. Y'all know I've been on my reconnecting journey for quite some time because some military dude suggested that I do this when I was at Fort Benning. Excuse me, goddamn it, not Fort Benning. When I was at McGuire, because he had the conversation, and it wasn't a painful conversation. It was just a conversation about how much I need to go get my fucking indigenous rights and shit. And I didn't even know I could do that until this dude talked to me. I know that I'm part Native. I just didn't know that there was much more to being part Native than just knowing that you are part Native. Because there's the BIA, the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And then after I had talked to the BIA, because he gave me the number or gave me the address or something he gave me and told me I need to talk to them. And they have been giving me the runaround without prejudice. I've had to go and try to get shit done. So I have a DNA test from 23andMe, but 23andMe wants me to pay more for them to do my indigenous heritage. And I don't have that kind of money. And I didn't mean 23andMe. I meant Ancestry. But I will be going to 23andMe, and I will be going to a geneticist. But as soon as I get through school, it's gonna have to wait till I have to get to school. Right now, my classes for police science are a little bit more important than my indigeneity. But I have to prove my indigeneity. So while we're on that subject, I was talking to the people at the BIA, and they told me even if I was 50% Native, I have to be accepted by the tribe. I have to do a blood quantum. I have to do a DNA. And they said even if I am closer to full-blooded Native, I still have to go through some more shit. Which the black guy who was part Native and part black didn't fill me in on any of that. Thank you, sir. That sucked ass a lot. So now we're going to talk about agents. And this is why I need you guys to start paying close attention to Native TikTok or indigenous TikTok. Because a couple of my indigenous friends that I follow have pointed out that sometimes the things that go wrong inside the tribe because of tribal agents. And when I call you a tribal agent, it's because you are of indigenous blood, but you are not for indigenous people. You are more for government than people because your family's on the top of the food chain. All right? I said it. Family's on top of the food chain. BIA, if you're going to come after me for that, well, I learned this from full-blooded natives, which I am not, which is why I have to go through so much shit. But I've learned this from full-blooded natives. And in relation to my video that I just finished making about Trump, I'm going to set this out there, and you're not going to like it, but I'm going to be honest about it. If you are a Native American, whether you be from all the tribes in America and in South America, if you are supporting Trump, you are destroying your own. Understand that shit. And I did mention there is a woman with the last name of Vega. I keep seeing her commercials or whatever, and I don't understand why she wants to build a wall when I'm pretty sure Vega legitimately might be a Mexican last name, which goes back to she's destroying her own. Because she wants to finish building Trump wall. He got a lot of supporters, whites and others, that are going headstrong in whatever the votes are to secure that wall. But they forgot we're the ones that got to pay for that wall. We can't even pay for gas, and y'all want us to pay for this wall. Because in case y'all forgot, Trump said Mexico was going to pay for the wall. And Mexico pretty much said, like, fuck we are. But anyway, we're not gonna go into Miss Vega being a pretty much race traitor. We're not gonna go into that. I'm not calling her a race traitor. I'm just calling her a fucking agent. because that's what this video is about. So, first things first, if you are Asian, let's not forget Kung Flu, Wuhan disaster, Chinese virus. That was said by Trump. So if you're supporting him, I want you to think about all the attacks that have happened to Asians since he became president. I know this has no relevance here with this video, but I just want y'all to think about that. But if you're Native and you're supporting him, I really need you to think about Standing Rock. I need you to think about the 1993 casino thing. I need you to think about how he said they don't look like Indians to him. I need you to think about how he wanted Indians to pay higher taxes with their casinos versus his casinos. I want you to think about how he wants to keep Mexicans out, but Mexicans had a good portion of America before borders existed. Okay? Think about that shit. Now, especially if you're Mexican. If you're Mexican, and I mean by blood Mexican, not Mexican because you live in Mexico, but you're like European or you're Chinese or you're black, but you're not Mexican, you have no Mexican blood. Think about that shit. Think about that shit long and hard. Because then you're going to find out what I meant when I said there are agents amongst the people. Alright? There are literal agents working against natives. And they are native, which is the problem. Because I've always said this, I'll say it before, I'll say it again. You are in more danger from someone who looks just like you versus someone who does not look like you. Because you're going to walk down the street and you see another native and you're going to think, oh, we're both natives. I hope. You're not going to think that other native is going to stab you because of all the tension that is going on with the native community. You're not thinking, oh, well, we both natives. We might not come from the same tribe, but we're fighting for the same shit. He's not going to stab me. And then you'll have that knife crush your throat. Because there are agents amongst the natives. And I say this with a heavy heart because it kind of sucks that I can't even get my indigeneity proven without having to spend a fuck ton of money that I don't have. And yet, there are agents who want to keep quarreling the numbers of Indigenous and First Nations peoples and Native people. And these people are also Native. And they need to really take a reflection in the mirror. And this is why this happens, because whatever deal is made, it's not a fair deal, but it's an irresistible deal. And so if you have someone who is Native running the BIA and their family's getting like twice as much as the BIA is giving to everyone else, or the federal government is giving to everyone else, that's a fucking problem. And greed does not discriminate. Understand that shit. There are greedy natives, there are greedy blacks, there are greedy Asians, there are greedy whites. And if you don't think that's true, look around. Look around, trust me. Greed is a concept that everyone has faced. I got like 6 cakes up in this thing, I think, because I'm pretty sure I had 2 that were 8 in all. I bought them today. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna eat that one. So now I have 5. There are 4 people in this house, not counting me, that I could go offer them this. But this birthday cake, so they can eat that. That's me being greedy. Let's not even sugarcoat that shit. That is me looking you dead in the face and being greedy. Okay? So, I'll eat it later. So, if I can be greedy in front of you and be honest about it, these BIA agents aren't being honest about it because they're getting the cake and eating it. Well, lots of Native people are starving and struggling. And then let's not forget about MMIW, or MMIWP, or MMIWGS2. That means Two-Spirit. I'm still learning. Let's not forget what I just said. I am in more danger from someone who looks like me than you are if you are not mixed, Native, etc. But these agents that are getting everything off the top of the market while we're getting scraps, and I'm not getting shit because I still have to prove that I'm part native. Even though you can see it in my face, I still have to prove it. So, what do we do? Yes, I am looking at that cake. I really want that cake. But this video is more important than that cake. But I'm still going to eat that cake because I'm greedy. But see, this is where that moral compass kicks in. I can go wake everybody up and split this one cake because I know I have 5 left. Or I can keep all 6 of these cakes and plus eat this one, leaving me with 5 left. And they'll never even fucking know because I'm greedy. That's the point. You have agents within your people. If they're getting a little bit more off the top than everyone else. And then people wonder why natives have the highest poverty rate. Because other natives aren't really looking out for them. You have a few good ones that are doing their thing on Indigenous TikTok or native TikTok. And y'all need to watch them. And you have natives that aren't on TikTok behind the scenes causing fucking problems. A young lady that I follow who's currently missing her sister brought this to my attention, which is why I made this video. Because she said the truth be told, it's the higher ups, which means tribal council, tribal chiefs, people at the top are getting all the benefits, while the lower level people aren't getting shit. And until we vote them out or give them a dose of reality, or as I like to say, most people don't really give a shit about anybody else's problem until their problems bleed into their lives and make it their problem. See what I said? If I have a problem, if I'm not dating the high chief, don't give a flying fuck about me. And by the high chief, I mean his daughter. If I am dating the high chieftain's daughter, then my problems become the high chieftain's daughter because his daughter loves me, which makes the high chieftain's daughter bring my problems to the high chief. The high chief will finally figure out what the fuck's going on and either decide that she can't see me anymore, or he's gonna solve the fucking problem that I have so that I don't have problems. Make sense? Because you might be an agent. And rather than try to just be honest with everybody, they're just gonna say, okay, well, we're gonna sweep Echo's problems under the rug. We're gonna make them magically disappear. So we're gonna skim a little bit off the top, pay whatever we need to pay, and Echo's gonna be fine. And then you and Echo can make grandbabies, and y'all will be fine as long as I am the high chief. Because that's how agents work. Look around. Watch your backs. Be wise to the fact that everything has pick-me's and agents. I'm a pick-me. I wish Hollywood would pick me so I could hurry up and start living my dream as the actor that I am versus the struggling actor that I am and going to school for police science and criminal justice, which is a career I don't want. But it's relevant to this video for the simple fact that corruption is everywhere. And in closing, I hope our former police chief, Miss Brackney, fucking sues the bricks off the fucking police station because of the corruption, the discrimination, and the racism. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. Be seen.